was one shady comment she made to me, and I was like, excuse me, what? And then we cleared it up. I was like, if you don't believe me, go watch the footage.
Virtual reality.
In this episode of Virtual Reality, Rebecca Minkoff joins us to talk Real Housewives of New York City and fashion, of course. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And welcome to Virtual Reality, a Page Six podcast.
We are the podcast to listen to when you want the latest scoop and the hottest reality TV news.
Plus, the juiciest exclusive interviews with the stars of your favorite shows.
From Bravo, Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, and so much more.
We are dropping multiple podcasts each week where we dive in, recapping the latest episodes, and even put Housewives in the hot seat.
Today, we're bringing you a full unedited interview with fashion designer Rebecca Minkoff.
She is the newest star of The Real Housewives of New York City, which premieres next week, and she's already in the drama. She let us know what she thinks about Cy shading her on the Jeff Lewis show.
We get into all of it, so sit back, relax, and listen up.
Rebecca Minkoff, fashion designer extraordinaire. The shoes are amazing, everything's amazing, and that's why we're so excited that you're joining RHONY this season.
I am. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, we're so pumped. I can't believe this is happening. I feel like it makes sense for RHONY to include capital F fashion girlies, like we got that with Jenna, but the fact that you're entering the mix, like my heart's on fire. Like, how did this decision come to, like, did you really have to weigh it, like, or was it sort of like an immediate, yes, I want to do this?
You know what, it was definitely something I thought long and hard about as I went through the process, because I was just on the fence if I want to be that public, if I want to be in the mix. You know, I've had a 20-year career, and so how do I make sure that this, you know, comes out good? So there was definitely a lot of deep thinking that went on before I signed on.
I know. I feel that must be the weird thing for you going into it because, like, your name has been known forever. Like, it's not like you're like, they're like plucking you up from like the middle of nowhere.
Right.
But it's also a hard thing where you're like, oh, it's a completely different ballgame where you're like, oh, I'm showing my life and I'm having these conversations and I'm like showing the ups and downs of friendship and everything. Like, what was the biggest shock for you after filming that you weren't expecting?
I think that I am by nature someone that wants to calm and like I like to resolve conflicts pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And I kept saying to the girls, I was like, my cortisol levels are spiking. Like the amount of like escalation of fight that I'm trying to diffuse. Like I just started at the end. I'm like the Jewish mother that I'm like, can I feed you? Do you want me to get you some food? And I would be in the kitchen, like cooking and like, okay, you need to eat, you need to eat.
The girls would be, I'm shocked they weren't happy to hear that because last season they were all starving. They were hungry every single day.
They were happy to hear it.
Okay, good.
You know, I got a lot of thank yous. Like, oh, I was hungry. I'm like, this is like when I talk to my kids. If they're fighting, I'm like, you must be hungry. And then I feed them and it all gets better.
Playing Peacekeeper, I feel like, is such an important and underrated role within the Housewives universe. So I'm glad that you were there too.
I am the Peacekeeper, or at least I try to be.
Yeah, well, you try to. I imagine that keeping the peace isn't always easy, and sometimes you might have gotten involved in some drama. It's kind of crazy because Danny and I were just sort of like dissecting the trailer.
Yes.
We get the montage at the beginning, and it immediately kicks off with thoughts and feelings about you. We have Uba saying she knows your name like Coca-Cola.
Yep.
We have Brynn talking about Nordstrom Rack. Like, there's a lot of excitement around you joining this series. Did you feel that the second you started filming? Did you feel like girls were trying to activate you in any sort of way?
Not at first.
Okay.
No.
Oh, not at
no.
first.
I mean, when we first started filming, I think it was, I met Uba. That was the first time I met Uba. So that was like a really nice way to have lunch with her and Erin, and you know, I got to know her, and she's such a beautiful soul that I was just like, oh, this is great. And then the first event, well, I don't know how much I can say. The first event, there was something explosive that happened, but I was like, I'm staying out of it. Ooh. I don't know what they're talking about, and I'm just gonna stay over here.
You're like, I'm just gonna be by the snacks.
Yeah, Raquel and I were together. We were like, we are not wading into this one. This is pre-us. This goes back to season 1.
Okay,
don't get involved.
You both were smart with that because it seems like you both kind of find your own things to occupy your time. So it's good you're not jumping into the middle of past drama.
I see no need to jump into past drama. Like, it's none of my business. I wasn't there for it. I can't speak to it. Like, basta.
Now, without giving too much away, Brynn's energy to her brother about you in the trailer, she was being a little silly.
Yep.
Silly shady. Mm-hmm. I don't know how silly you felt it, but I don't really know what the levels is. Was that received, did you receive that kind of energy from her throughout filming as well, or were you kind of surprised by that?
I was surprised. Obviously, I heard that she said that, and I was definitely surprised. And I was like, okay, see you. I built over $100 million business. I don't know what you're talking, like, where are you talking about this from? So I did say to her, you know, face to face, I said that felt low, and I'd like to trust you, and You know, I'd like to work on that with you.
Do we trust her?
Yeah, how did she receive that? Did she seem willing to work on the relationship? Did she realize that what she said was hurtful?
I think you'll see what happens.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Oh, so this is going to be included in the series. You guys figuring this out together, or you filmed it for it?
We filmed it for it.
Oh, I was thinking maybe you didn't know about this comment until the trailer dropped.
Oh no, I knew about the comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
I was told within a couple hours, maybe, of the comment.
Okay,
'Cause I
so
got some good friends.
Bryn better know that you got eyes everywhere.
But then I brought it. See, I'm not like someone to then have that and like use it later. The first moment I then saw her, I was like, "Hey, what's up? You know, like, can we talk about this?" I'd rather do that, and you'll see this on the show, than talk about someone behind their back. I just
Right.
don't feel like it's
And also, for it being Real Houses of New York City, you know my favorite place to kill time in New York City?
where.
Nordstrom Rack!
I mean, it's a great store,
There's
right?
nothing wrong with Nordstrom Rack.
That's why I was like confused. I was like, if you know business, you know that there's a strategy. We're in Nordstrom, Saks, Neiman Marcus. Of course we're at Nordstrom Rack. You know what I mean? Like, hello, that's how brands grow.
Bryn
So
has brands on the brain in the trailer. She's also talking about Dress Barn and shading Uba for modeling for Dress Barn. Do you have thoughts on this whole Dress Barn debacle?
my thoughts are, if that woman is making a ton of money and doing campaigns. Look, did you see what I posted about all the supermodels?
Ashley Graham.
Like, come on, go Dress Barn.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Dress Barn. Yeah, I would happily take an Uber check. Yeah.
Right? I mean, come on. We can't all be like living in the sky with like only luxury brands. You know, America is a big place and people need a great fashion. So if Dress Barn provides that, like, go Dress Barn.
And also I feel it's that thing, like every like jumbo high-up brand, they have the chain of all the other
Yes.
brands with it. So it's kind of all the same pot. Yeah.
Yeah, if you understand business, you know that.
Yeah. Well, okay. All right.
Well,
we clock that. Okay, she's a real housewife. All right. Well, you mentioned Sai defending Uba, which we love to see. I love their friendship.
Yep.
Speaking of Sai,
Yes.
she had some things to say about you with Jeff Lewis, and then we saw a fan tell you about it. Then you responded to the fan, and you were like, "Wait, what does gather mean?" Which I was living for that. I loved it. What are your reflections on that situation? She did say you were nice.
Yes. I have so much to say. First of all, everyone's acting like nice is bad.
It's
right?
It's not. No, it's a
And I'm like,
compliment.
why is the media slanting this to be bad? And if you really, I'm sure you haven't listened to that clip as many times as I have, but she goes nice, and then the person asks like, how's the show? But it's so close together, she says it's kind of boring, but the media put nice and boring together. So obviously, and I said this to Sai directly because I'm that type of guy, I was like, listen, that hurt. You know, that hurt a lot. Because now the media is just having a field day.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. And she's like, it's everywhere? I don't follow.
Oh,
I'm not in the press.
Sai!
Come on.
We know Sai. We love Sai. So Sai, I know you know it.
Well, I was with her last night. We had a great
okay.
time. But
Okay.
I said to her last night, I was like, you said this is what you said. And she still stands by it. She goes, I did say you were nice. And I was like, okay, fine. You could have said a little bit more about my character, but that's fine. We'll leave it at that.
Well, it's funny. I mean, the boring of it all in what we see in the trailer. Like, you're very much involved. It's not giving boring like
I know, but isn't
whatsoever.
that what's great is like you're like playing with people's minds. You're like, is she boring? Is she not? I don't know. We'll have
It
to
was
see.
a great little twist. I know. We have to see so many things because it seems like you were talking with Sai last night. You and Bryn, you might be taking like I don't know, like business classes together. How is Jess?
Maybe we're going to couples therapy, you know?
Oh my god! You can use this couch.
Okay. Can you be our therapist?
Yeah,
Yeah, free of charge because
Perfect.
I don't know how I can help, but I'll give it the old college try. How is Jessel? Because another moment in the trailer is you kind of exploding with her for having some loose lips.
Yes. I love her.
She's funny.
Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Of course.
She's f***ing hilarious.
She is.
And
yeah.
she's so self-aware of some of the ridiculousness of it, you know? Like we were roommates in one of the girls' trips, and she comes out in like feathered silk pajamas. I was like, are you actually sleeping in that? And she was like, yes, darling, I'm sleeping in it. This is normal. And I was just like, I love you. Like you're just a character. But I can't really, you know? We have to see. Did you get the pigeon connection? Because a lot of people are confused.
Can you help us
I'm
understand?
okay, please, because
You heard it here first.
Okay.
What Uba refers to is carrier pigeons, right?
Oh.
Carrier pigeons are supposed to deliver a message directly. But she downgraded all of us to just pigeons because the messages never get delivered directly and they're always changed, right?
Oh.
So that's the entire why we called everyone pigeon, loose lips.
Oh.
Okay, that's making sense now.
Okay,
that pigeon party looked beautiful. That little
Oh my God.
dinner
it
or
was
whatever
such
was
a
happening.
gorgeous day.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who do you think, now that we know that pigeon's kind of like the gossipiest and everything like that, who was the biggest pigeon at that time?
I can't tell you.
No,
I
you-
cannot tell you who the biggest pigeon is.
We'll have to wait and see.
It would give away so many things. Yes, you'd view the trailer so differently.
Ooh!
Oh my God. Okay, so there's some sort of twist.
There's a plot twist.
Wow. Okay, that's
Oh my God.
amazing.
Okay, now I need to rewatch it. Don't forget to hit that follow button to subscribe to Virtual Reality.
Now, Danny and I, we do want to kind of get into the fashion of it all
Yeah.
with you. What do you think of the current state of RHONY style? When you started filming with the girls, how would you rate their sense of style? Everyone kind of has like a different fashion sense, it seems.
Everyone has a very different fashion sense, but I really feel like obviously last season was everyone's first season. Everyone did what they could, but I think that this season they brought it. Like there was never not a moment where someone wasn't like showing up and looking so incredibly beautiful. So we all tried hard.
And I feel like that must have been, even for the ladies coming back, like, I feel you and Raquel joining the scene because, like, you both, like, her with the fashion art world and you with fashion, I feel like they're kind of like, these reservations got bigger and a little more chicer, and now I got to step it up.
Yeah, but even I felt I needed to step it up. Like I was kind of in my safe, comfortable, like I go to the office every day. I don't dress like this every day of my life. But when you're filming and like we're around and like we want to showcase like how I look my best if I'm going to an event or if I have a day of photo shoots, like that was what I wanted to bring to the show.
How did you prepare for your filming wardrobe? Like, did you work with a stylist? Did you curate it yourself? Like, what risks do you feel like you took that you wouldn't take during a day at the office?
So I think I work directly with my creative director at my company.
Okay.
She has just an amazing, when I was 5 months pregnant with my last child, she just said to me, like, you need to give it some Rihanna. Like, stop with the safe pregnancy. And I was 5 months pregnant. We recreated this Rihanna look. And I was like, it. I can be pregnant and sexy, right? Which I'd never embraced before. And so as we began to sort of talk about the looks, it was really about being sexier, having more fun. And when I say safe at the office, like I commute like everyone else. I want to wear my sneakers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just want to be like, ugh, today's a day I'm on my hands and knees at a fitting or working on the next collection. Like I don't want to be all gussied up. I want to be comfortable. So on those
Right.
days, I just want to wear like a rock and roll t-shirt and jeans, maybe a leather jacket. But then there's the days, where I dress up.
Wait,
Yeah.
so Rihanna was the pregnancy inspo. Is
Yes.
there, like, a celeb, either pop star or someone else that is, like, your current, like, going into RHONY, like, icon or inspo?
So Brandon McKee, who does my hair, was like, we are channeling Lara Croft.
Oh,
So that was like a
Wait!
big inspiration
I get that,
for the
yeah.
season. Yes, you'll see a lot of like pulled back moments. On the channeling a current celebrity, I don't think there's one because I mean,
You're
not
like,
to
I
plug the
am a
brand, but
celebrity.
I was like trying to wear as much Rebecca Minkoff as possible.
Oh, hello.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, also because the first thing I did when I came in was be obsessed with your shoes, and these are new.
These are new. So we have our first like kind of back to being shoes in a big way since COVID this season. So we're really excited about it.
Wow, that's
How does it? Because I feel like I'm just like in disbelief because you like 25 years.
20.
Right?
Don't
years.
age me.
Don't. Okay, 20 years. How are you like? Because I feel there must be times where you just get to the office, you're like, I got nothing. Like, how do you keep on coming up with the fresh ideas and everything?
Well, it's not just me. I have an incredible team that I rely on very thoroughly. And I think I fully was able to do that after baby number 3, when I said, I'm taking a full 3 months off. I don't care what happens. Like, I just need a break, because at that point I was burnout and I didn't have any fresh ideas. And so I came back after 3 months and the team was humming. And I was like, this is great. Like, I'm here, I'm providing my inspiration, where I want things to go, but like I have a talented group of people working with me, and my studio director's been with me for 18 years.
Oh my gosh.
So I trust her. We have the same voice. Like our husbands can't tell us apart. So I trust her implicitly, and she knows me as well as I almost know me as a designer.
I just love how this all started with that T-shirt Jenna Elfman
Right?
lying
Isn't that
about
crazy?
knowing how to do bags, and you had to make the
You
bag.
read
and
my
then-
story.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
familiar with it.
Yeah.
Also, that T-shirt is so cute. Like,
I know.
can we bring it
Sai
back
was,
for like
Sai
a-
was like, please bring it back and I'll wear it. And I was like, yes, let's do that.
I
Even
will
like
take
a,
that as
a
her
RHONY limited edition one. I
Yeah,
love.
actually, that would be so cute.
I'll give you a commission.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a free bag and a commission out of this.
It was all worth it.
You're my favorite pigeon. I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, I also have to make everyone a pigeon tea too.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, because obviously you've had so many like successful business ideas, and you were talking about how like sometimes the inspiration doesn't strike. I always wonder, like, was there any fashion trend you tried to jump on or you wanted to do that you're just like, I can't, and I'm dipping out of it?
Yeah, we had every single store come in and say, you need to just be a gender neutral brand. And I think it's great for a brand that it makes sense. But our girl is feminine. She's got rock and roll. She's got, like, you can have the masculine feminine, right, of my brand. You can have the blazer jacket that's more manly and then the mini dress underneath. But you can't be gender neutral in that conversation. It has to be the man and the woman together, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we just kept hearing it over and over again. I was like, I don't know how to be androgynous as a brand. Like, I want to show some leg. I want to show some boob.
Yeah.
Then I want the tough outerwear. So we tried for a little, and I said, let's just go back to being who we are.
I love how you're always like considering your girl, like these girls who have been following you
She's
for
a real live person.
and now she's going to be watching you on TV. Are you kind of worried, nervous, anxious, excited for these girls who have been customers for so long to get a look inside your life?
I'm excited for my customers and my fans to get a look inside because obviously we have a very clear perspective on social. You hear a side of me on my podcast.
Yeah.
You get a slice, right? But like there's a fun side of me or a silly side of me that, or the mama bear side of me that you don't necessarily see that I hope is shown on the show.
I know, because all the girls upstairs in our office were like, Rebecca Minkoff, we're obsessed with it. Like, so I feel there's a lot of hype and excitement for this.
Oh, good.
And I feel, I mean, from the trailer and what you just said, I think it's going to live up to the hype.
100%.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, we love it. And also, we do just want to, because we love Erin, and we love that it seems like you guys are like
Yeah.
through and through on that show, too.
No, she's great.
She's a fun
There's not one single fight that we had.
Okay.
There was one
Let's
shady
celebrate
comment
that.
she made to me, and I was like, excuse me, what? And then we cleared it up. I was like, if you don't believe me, go watch the footage. And she's like, I believe you, I believe you. It's not, I don't even think it's going to make it because it was a side conversation, but we didn't get along. We didn't disagree or get along at all, which was nice.
I love that. I love how you squash the beef so quickly, it seems, with everyone.
I
You just-
have to. It's my nature.
Get
Like
rid of it.
I'm a girl's girl. I'm a woman's woman. So like I don't want to sit there and harbor something or let it fester. And like even with Sai, like everyone's like, "Are you still mad at her?" I'm like, "She apologized. What do you want me to do?"
We gotta move on.
And,
Right? Just sit there and like let it fester. Like she apologized like a grown ass woman. I'm a grown ass woman. I accept your apology. Let's be friends.
And now you're on the Bravo room. You'll understand the Jeff Lewis environment. Things happen.
I don't know if I'm gonna put myself in that environment, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we hope you come back to this environment. because you're
Anytime.
invited
You guys are
every single day.
divine.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of VRT. We'll be back before you know it. Don't forget to hit that follow button so you don't miss what everyone will be talking about next week.